All right, y'all. Welcome to Sound Space Sessions, sponsored by Amplifi Napa Valley in partnership with 99.3 The Vine. I'm Gabriela, your host. Super excited here for our local edition. We are broadcasting live from the Garden, straight from downtown, and we've got an amazing creative here with us, Charlene Alberto, who is one of Amplifi's very own grantees. Can we get a round of applause for Charlene? We are so excited. We're going to be diving into not only the creative genius that she is, but we've got a very exciting up-and-coming musical here in Napa that you can expect in October. So Charlene, just to kind of kick us off here, obviously welcome to Sound Space Sessions. We are so excited to be diving into your own creative journey. What can you tell us about, us being a couple of months away from the debut of Soul, the musical, your very own creation? What led to this journey? From what I understand from you, you started off in nutrition, and now we have this really great musical that everybody's going to have a chance to watch in just a couple of months.
So I did go to school for nutrition, but I grew up with a lot of studying dance, and I didn't take any acting classes, but my friends and I were always into creating stories. We're always creating little skits, whether it was in Melody's house or in the parking lot doing runway. I've always loved writing music, and so the project started in 2020. It was COVID, and I actually got laid off of work for 3 months, and another good friend of ours was like, you should watch Hamilton, it's streaming live, and he was like on Disney Plus, and he's like, what about like your musical that you always wanted to write? So I had this idea of writing a musical back in 2012, and so now it came to life in 2020 when I called Melody and I asked her, like, I always want to write a musical, something called a jukebox musical where you borrow music, and I've always been a big 80s fan, so I wanted to make sure that, it kind of revolved around music that I like to write and music that resonated with me.
I love that. Well, obviously we're going to have this very multifaceted artistic creation through music, dance, choreography. You've been a part of every single element. Was there something that you started off with first? It sounds like it was the music aspect, correct?
Yeah, it was definitely the music. It started, am I okay to talk about Madonna?
Yeah.
Okay, so it started with, back in 2012, I don't know why that date always comes to mind because I have a sketchbook where I wanted to write a musical using Madonna's songs. And so I would sketch, I didn't even know the storyline, I would sketch like, okay, this is her looking in a mirror and finding herself, and I would try to piece Madonna's music into some kind of storyline, and then I put it away. But basically that's just kind of how it came alive, and then one song was, a lot of people know it, it's called La Isla Bonita, and she mentions the city of San Pedro, and then I called Melody, I'm like, so, I don't know, I still want to use Madonna's music, I gotta find how to get the rights for it, and she's like, we're looking up like, okay, where is San Pedro? And then Belize came up, and then the Philippines, and Melody was like, okay, you gotta write a story about the Philippines because we don't see that many stories of, a lot of different cultures out there, especially Filipino Americans.
I would absolutely 100% agree. So I think this is not only a beautiful celebration of your roots and your culture, but okay, I have to mention, low-key obsessed with the 80s Madonna inspired music. What was the song? You mentioned, was it La Isla Bonita or was it a different one?
Yes.
Okay, I love that. And obviously now we have a very different rendition. What can you tell us about what Soul the Musical is about for everybody who is just now hearing about it for the first time?
So basically it is about a young woman's journey. It starts off in the Philippines, and this young lady is really trying to find herself, and within doing so, she is finding her journey with her mom to find out who her dad is, who actually lives in the States. So she didn't know that her dad was still alive. So it starts off in the Philippines and her really striving to go to America one day because she's very influenced with American culture.
Well, I know that everybody here gets a little treat today. We are going to get a sneak peek of the debut of some of the amazing songs that we're going to have in Soul the Musical. So what can you tell us about the first song that you'd love to share from Soul?
Oh, so hi, I'm Melody. I'm a co-creator. I wrote some of the music with Charlene. We've actually been writing music together since we were about 12, I don't know. And this first song we're going to play is the last song before the end of Act 1. And it's when Mai, who is the main character of the story, the young girl who's trying to find herself, and her family decide that they're going to make the journey to the United States. And initially this song was Madonna's Borderline, because we thought that we were playing on themes of immigration and borders between countries, and then Charlene wrote this song called One Love Under the Sun, which is about how we all as humans can share an experience even if we're on the other side of the world.
All right, well, for everybody tuning in person here, live at the Garden, as well as on 99.3 The Vine, this is your sneak peek, Charlene Alberto, right here with One Love Under the Sun.
I
he says, moto brava. Absolutely incredible. Charlene Alberto with support from Melody on the keyboard. And we are so excited. We are live broadcasting right here from the Garden. If you are out in Napa, please come join us. This is the sneak peek debut of Charlene's upcoming play, Soul the Musical. I mean, incredible, and I love that you said you've been performing and writing music with Melody since you said 12.
Yeah, we've been best friends since the first grade.
Oh my gosh, talk about a journey. And you know, this entire story is, you know, about family. It has themes and ethos of family. Speaking of, what was it like to write that musical with your childhood best friend?
I mean, I was honestly so just in awe of Charlene taking on this monumental task of something she's wanted to do for like a decade, and it kind of demystified the whole process for me because it just seemed like something completely unattainable. And the fact that she sat down and wrote the book based on all these Madonna songs, and then was able to pivot when we couldn't get the rights to the songs and decided to write the music together. Like, what an experience for me to have and for us to have after like how many years of friendship, motherhood together, and to still be able to indulge in this creative part of our lives.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's just like you're still able to discover new chapters of how that friendship intertwines. And do we see that theme come across in the characters in the musical?
It does. It's a lot of like unifying relationships. So in the storyline, you'll see a lot of different dynamics. So you'll see a lot of growth and family healing, and just like a normal family. Like you can interchange. Like it doesn't have to be Filipino American. Like I wanted to create a universal story where you could watch it and feel like, oh my God, I'm just like that character. I'm just like her. I'm just like the mom, and then maybe like find someone that you're related to and experience the journey that they're going through as well.
Yeah, I mean, I love the song that you just played for us. I'm very excited to hear more songs throughout the rest of our time here together. And Melody, you even called it out. You said this massive project that almost helped demystify it. I mean, we're talking music, we're talking choreography, directing, finding the talent. Did you ever have a what did I get myself into moment?
I actually did. So when I started this, how I started it, I was like, how does someone, because this is me, so I work at the Napa Valley Country Club, and my background is nutrition, but I've always had this in the forefront. Like I still love like creating stories. I love creating music, and so I was like, how does one take a show to Broadway? Because I would love to take this to Broadway. That's the initial goal. And so I found a Broadway producer that had open time slots of consultations, and his name is Ken Davenport, and so I booked it with him, and he was like, you know, I see your drive, and that's how I got the link to Madonna's music catalog at Warner Chapel, and I ended up applying, and they ended up saying no, but it was really nice to start writing original music. And it's really hard because like the cast that we have, they've been so great. Like they're working with an all new project. Like we're not just taking a Disney story and restaging it. They have to learn all of their, what do you call this? Like musically, all their range for the songs while dancing to something completely new, and like trying to memorize it all. So it's amazing.
And there's nothing that they can look at to be like, oh, this is a reference point, or
We were
this.
literally making like voice recordings on a phone in my living room for them to learn the songs off.
And then sending it off to everybody like a mass text.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I love those raw moments though, because that again speaks to even the friendship that you have on how you can continue to build and grow, and even developing this storyline, I imagine was just absolutely
Some of them
amazing.
even had like her son Emilio in the background. You could hear him playing.
We were like, this works, that's good.
So what scene really stands out for you, thinking about the entire musical production, these moments that you clearly had that are going to forever be special, of you creating it in living rooms and in lots of other places? What's a moment in the play that really stands out for you, that still moves you, still gives you goosebumps?
There is a scene. It's a mother and daughter. They're pretty much, the main character is going through her own journey, but it's this what do you call this? Like some kind of
confrontation between them when Mari discovers that her dad is not actually dead and he's living in the United States, and she's extremely upset with her mother, and her mom is trying to get her to see her point of view and why she did what she did.
And so we created this song. It's very emotional song.
We always get a reaction from this song.
Yeah, we always get a reaction.
Especially from the mom.
All right, and so we are about to listen to the song, the debut, a second musical act and song from Soul the Musical. Again, we are here live at the Garden in downtown Napa, speaking with Charlene Alberto about her upcoming debut of her musical, Soul. And this is Alone.
How can this be? Is this for real? I can't undo the way I feel.
Alberto and Melody for their upcoming musical Soul that you can all see debuted in just a couple of months. We are live from the Garden here with 99.3 The Vine and Amplifi for our Soundspace Sessions local edition. And I mean, that was so touching. You said it best. You said this one always gets people moving, and you feel that emotive sound. There's like a little bit of betrayal, and I think later on, I know certainly for myself, now when I think about my parents and all the things that they've sacrificed, you don't always just view them as your parents anymore. You have so much more grace and understanding of just people being people, and I imagine that mixed with family and immigration, like you said, there's all of these different themes throughout the play that are universal. So what would you say is the biggest takeaway piece that you hope people walk away with after watching Soul? Who did you write this for? Who do you hope it's for now?
It really is for anyone that is really trying to find themselves, no matter who they are, in their own journey and their purpose in life. I also wrote it to feel more connected with your family, because that's like really the most important thing. And with the whole immigration thing, which is one of our next songs, which I have to give Melody a lot of credit for this song, because this is a really hit song. And everyone loves this song. I tell her all the time, but I don't think she understands how great this song she wrote about duality of being a Filipino and also mixed with being American.
I've worked in immigrant advocacy for like my entire life pretty much. And when Charlene started writing this musical and I said, oh, maybe I can write a couple songs for it or with you, this tagline for this next song kind of came into my mind, and I don't even think I wrote the actual song until months later. But the tagline from the chorus is, it takes all kinds of people, that's what they say, to put the U.S. us in the USA. And in this scene, Mari, it's in the second act, and the main character, Mari, has just arrived in the U.S., and she's meeting her aunt, and who's Filipina American, married a white American man, and her cousin Jamie, who's their son, who's half white and half Filipino. And she's looking at all Jamie's amazing things and, kind of in awe and idealizing American life. And Jamie's explaining to her, like, I also have issues here with finding out my identity, but, and Jamie's actually like a closeted gay man, he's a teenager, and his parents don't know about this, but he's starting to kind of open up and show Mari his true self, and through the song kind of revealing that that's what the U.S. should all be all about, despite a lot of shameful things in the country's past. Like, at its core, the U.S. is a nation of immigrants, and it's also born of the ideals of individualism, and so that's what this song is kind of discussing.
I think that couldn't be any more relevant than what so many of us are experiencing today in our own families and how we are blended and just the complexities of life. Have you been able to learn anything more about yourself or even how you connect with your Filipino culture through writing and choreographing and all the things with this play?
I mean, I learned a lot because even with research, because there's a theme of being in the Navy that's also intertwined in the story. So I got to interview like my uncle who was in the Navy and how he came here and how he brought my mom here, and that's how I'm here. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, writing a Filipino American story I learned a lot, but it just continues to remind me how humble and hospitable like Filipino people are. So I always try to impress on people, like, go to the Philippines because it's really great, and you don't really see, to be honest, you don't see a lot of Filipinos on screen. We see them more now, but that's also why I wanted to create it because I didn't see much of myself on screen, like, I think we performed at a high school stage once during lunch, and then people were telling me I was close to Mulan, you know what I mean? And it was kind of hurtful And so like now it's like, okay, let me write a story that actually showcases like who I really am.
Yeah, and the complexities of that, right? Like nobody is a monolith, and that's the really beautiful thing about you being able to share and tell that story. And we've talked about it a little bit as well. You know, we don't see very many cultural stories shared in theater especially, and so I'm really excited to just see what you bring and what people discover across this. So is that the cue for our next song? Is it Jamie's song?
It is Jamie's song. Bear with me. I wrote this song in a male vocal range, so we'll do what we can with it.
All right, live from 99 through the Vine here at the Garden. Another sneak peek Jamie song from the upcoming Soul the Musical.
I always try to fit in somewhere.
I'm gonna have that liner stuck in my head. I'm gonna be in the shower singing it. Absolutely incredible. Give us the title of that track one more time.
It's just called Jamie's Song.
Oh, well, all right, Jamie's song.
It's actually a play on, because inspiration was kind of the sound of Billy Joel and Elton John. That's why, because Elton John has a song, right?
Oh, Daniel.
Yeah, so it's Jamie's song.
I was gonna ask you, okay, so we've now heard 3 very different types of songs. Are you pulling, I know Madonna was the original inspiration, so are you pulling when it comes to like how you can have lyrics down, but then how to create an entire musical piece around that? Are you pulling from musicians that you love, artists that you love, and trying to find influence there? My mind is so boggled at just the genius of all of this.
Yeah, we're trying to have it all tied in together. I know, like, on paper it sounds weird. You're like, there is a Madonna inspiration, and this was going to be more of a rock song, which is like Elton John and Billy Joel inspired. But then again, there's also very cultural sound to it. So like with Filipino instruments, especially in Act 1, because they are in the Philippines. Mm-hmm. So a lot of Spanish guitar, you'll hear that, and the rondalla guitar, which is a Filipino instrument.
And so did you have like 10 different hands to help you figure out what that tune was gonna look like? Or how did you know what was gonna work?
Well, right now, we're still like really trying to work on the music, and we have a good friend of ours too, who's also our music director, Alan, and he is trying to keeping it with one music director who has the same kind of ear as we do. Mm-hmm. He's trying to keep everything cohesive so everything kind of blends well together.
I love it. Well, I am so excited. And I know, Melody, you had mentioned, you killed that, by the way, for saying that it was originally written for somebody with like a male lower octave tone. You absolutely nailed that. What was it been like finding the talent for everybody who is going to participate in this amazing musical that we have coming up in a couple of months? And even, I guess, like as a second question to that, what were the important characteristics of who you were looking for Mari, since she is the main character?
Oh gosh, so we've had, like for example, the main character has been played by the same gal since I wrote this, and I used to help produce spring musicals for the Vallejo School District, and that's where I met her. And Alexis, if you're listening, she still had to audition, because now like it's hard to find a triple threat, like someone who acts and someone who sings and someone who dances. And then especially now with new work, like they're not just working off like, okay, let me learn Princess Jasmine's part from Aladdin. This is like completely new stuff. Yeah. But we had a couple of in-person auditions, and then we had callbacks, and then we couldn't find everyone, so we let people submit material online, and even then we couldn't complete our cast. And so like we have Ara, if you're listening, our new director, we've been like on the hunt, like online, like researching and word of mouth, and so that's how we've been able, and the casts have been really great, right? You would agree?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, working with all these actors of all ages, I feel like I've come alive again, and I've experienced like the resurgence of my youth. You know, I'm no longer just a mom. I'm working on this amazing project with all these artists, and they each bring something different to the table. Like some are really high energy, some are super serious, and it all works. It all comes together.
Well, I am so excited again as people come together. If you're here listening, if you're listening on the air, where can people submit work? How can people support the production of Soul the Musical? I saw that there was a fundraising campaign going on Instagram. And what other ways can people get involved and really pour into just the love that you've really built here?
So we have a website. It's soulthemusical.com, SOL, themusical.com, and you can find our GoFundMe link. With this first project, it's going to take a lot. We've had our first fundraising event last month, and we're planning to have another one in September. But you can find all that information on the site, but also on the Instagram page, which is soul_themusical. Soul_themusical, or on my personal page, it's at Charlene Cher Creatives, and that's all on Instagram. But we need all the support we can, even if you just tune in and look at the updates of our stories and how rehearsals are going, but continue to look on the website, because that's where we'll be posting when the tickets will be sold, our next fundraising event, which we're trying to have in September, but the show will be starting the second week of October.
Okay, something to put into your calendars. Second week of October, that musical is coming right here in Napa. Where is it debuting?
Actually, it's going to be debuting in our hometown, which is Vallejo.
Oh, in Vallejo,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, Vallejo.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, well, stay tuned on soulthemusical.com for the ticket sale drops and, of course, fundraising opportunities. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up such a fabulous opportunity. We are actually here on stage, as I was mentioning. This is our local edition of Sound Space Sessions that we have been doing in partnership with Amplifi Napa Valley and 99.3 The Vine. You were an emerging artist grantee. What has that journey meant for you to be selected as that grantee from Amplifi, to receive that grant? How has that supported this musical? What words can you share?
The one main word is I'm so grateful. Like last year, I felt really alone in this, besides of course with Melody and some of my close friends, but I didn't know how, like when you said like, was this gonna break me? Like I didn't know how I was gonna get this up there. I just thought like, I don't want people to think that this is just like a hobby that I was gonna keep pushing back, you know? I love writing music and I love choreographing, so I'm like, okay, might as well make a musical. But I'm so grateful to all of Amplifi because they really hold me accountable. I mean, like just with like the financial support, like I don't know where I have gone without it, because I felt like I was really, if I'm being really transparent, I felt like I was really drowning last year because I didn't know, like there were times, like I feel like when I'm crying now, like I didn't even know how I was gonna feed my cast, like food for rehearsal. And with our nature, we're always really trying to look out for everyone, and that's what we really care about. We just want everyone to have fun, at the same time as like we just want to feel the support of everyone. But I'm really so humbled and grateful to Amplifi for helping putting soul on a higher pedestal.
Well, I am so excited, especially for Amplifi's work. We've got the incredible team here in the house. If we can get a round of applause for Amplifi as well. Be sure to follow them on Instagram as well at Amplifi Napa Valley. Check out all the other great work. Some more upcoming grantees as well that will be rolling out. Now, I've got some rapid fire questions before. I think we have one more last song that we're gonna give a sneak peek of, but I just wanna do a little rapid fire questions. This is obviously based off of your Filipino American culture. What's one Filipino food that tastes like home for you?
Chicken adobo. The main dish.
Yummy. Standout childhood memory.
I would say pretending I was pretending I'm being Selena in my bedroom.
I can relate 100%. What's your I'm about to go on stage ritual, or even behind the scenes?
I like to dance like I dance like everyone's watching.
Oh, like everyone's watching, not like nobody's watching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that mean we're more reserved or we're less reserved and we don't care who's watching?
Yeah, less reserved.
And then the song that always gets you dancing. I'm assuming it's going to be a Madonna track, but I don't also want to.
You know, it is Madonna, but I get down with a lot of Bay Area music, so I'm going to shout out to E40.
Okay, yay area!
Yeah.
Best this face impression.
What's that?
Best this face impression.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm embarrassed.
And then in a few words, what do you hope someone feels as they walk out after seeing Soul?
I want them to feel grateful and loved.
Grateful and loved. I think something that we can always want. All right, well, we are gonna have one more song. This is Gabriela live streaming, live broadcasting here from the Garden in downtown Napa with Charlene Alberto, our 2025 Amplifi Artist Grantee. Melody on the keyboard. What do you got for us?
Thanks. Should we intro it a bit? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this song kind of takes us back both to Act 1 when we're still in the Philippines. It's a dance number that the main character performs. It has very, tropical vibes to it, but Charlene and I, talking about taking it back, we wrote this as 15-year-olds. It's called Tropical Night. And we were certain that we were going to be famous within a year because of it. But
Yes, we did.
no, it's an oldie but a goodie, and I just remember writing it with her at her white piano in her living room with the sun coming in those peach curtains. And
Ooh, the peach curtains. Yeah, and so this song, we were able to, this is not the only song we were able to revive for the musical, but there's about 3 songs from our teen years that we're able to put back. Maybe we changed certain lyrics because we were a little cheesier back as teenagers, but so this is one of them called Tropical Night.
This is amazing.
I'll make you get up and I'll make your body move. I'll make you break a sweat. Show what you gotta prove. Give me no alibi. You can't be shy. 'Cause there's no right or wrong. So give it all you got. From lambada to cha-cha merengue. For this place you'll want to stay. Dancing the salsa underneath the starlight. You'll be living the tropical night. So come and take my hand. The music by the band will make you wanna dance. So give me this one chance. Just let me take you there. The music's in the air. Take a look around at this paradise we found. From lambada to cha-cha merengue. I promise you for this place you'll want to stay. Dancing the salsa underneath the starlight. You'll be living the tropical night. You're 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 living the tropical night. From lambada to cha-cha merengue. I promise you for this place you'll want to stay. Dancing the salsa underneath the starlight. You'll be living the tropical night. From lambada to cha-cha merengue. I promise you for this place you'll want to stay. Dancing the salsa underneath the starlight. You'll be living the tropical night.
Yes. Big round of applause. Charlene Alberto, Amplifi's Emerging Artist Grantee. I am your host, Gabriela, here with our local edition of Soundspace Sessions. We are so excited. We cannot wait. October, like I said, mark this in your calendar, y'all. soulthemusical.com. Also be sure to follow along on Instagram, soul_themusical, and Charlene Cher Creatives for all the information, all the ways you can support and staying up to date. Absolute pleasure. This is us closing out our second Soundspace Sessions right here from the Garden.